Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing 3 looks with the Huda Beauty Mint Pastel Palette. And yeah, I'm going to give you all my thoughts, the tea, a little fail look. Number 1 was a fail for me, my bad. But anywho, if you're interested in seeing how I created this look and 2 other ones totally different, sort of. And you don't mind that in the intro and the exit, Thomas will be awake and whining for my attention, then grab a snack and just keep on watching. Good news is, most of it's a voiceover. Number 1. To start out all these looks, I'm going to use my ColourPop concealer in 00. It is a white. And with this first look, I decided to set it down with some of my Ciate London translucent powder. It's the whitest powder I own. Then I took my BH Pro number 5 and dipped into that top left lightest minty shade. I wanted most of the pigment focused on the front, just kind of fading it into the back portion. Now with my Sigma E33, I'm going to pick up that darkest right bottom minty shade and work that just a little lower. Then with that first brush, I'm going to work out all those harsh lines, of course. I was surprised at how well these blended. Morphe 506, I tried picking up bottom left, the corally shade, and yeah, this was pretty disappointing. I mean, I tried everything to build this up, and it just wasn't happening. I was really frustrated. It was getting muddy, and yeah, you'll see I decided to change it up. It was much lighter than it shows in the pan, and that's disappointing. So I went back with that E33 and just picked up a ton of that bottom left darkest mint shade just to try to cover it up, which was pretty easy because, like I said, it was much lighter than I thought. Taking that ColourPop white concealer and cutting out a crease because I intended to try to do somewhat of a fancy look with this, but yeah, it was a fail. But I know where I failed. I should have used a much thinner brush to make my line, which you'll see here in a few minutes. Let that dry and put down some NYX glitter primer because I really wanted these shimmers to pop and stick to my lid all day, and this is my favorite. Luxie 245. I'm going to pick up some of the top middle shade. It's like almost like a yellow green shift. It's really pretty. I can't describe it. I wish I would have put swatches in this, but I didn't because so many people had already done it. Flipping that brush over and going to the middle left shade, the swirly shade. This is a really pretty shade. It kind of leans pinkish green. I love how the duochrome effects are in these shades. Then the bottom middle shade for the outer portion of this eye look. That is definitely like a just total minty duochrome, darker, lighter mint. I really, really like it. It blew my mind. I wasn't expecting these to be so much like a Super Shock shadow, but they certainly are. And I just went back and forth with my finger in all the shades to try to mesh them together and make a seamless duochrome dream. Now with the Huda Beauty Melted Matte Shadows, I took the shimmery side, which is Gold Chains, and this is where I should have used a much thinner brush. I would have been much happier if this was a thinner line, but it was what it was at the end of the day. Yeah, like I said, this felt like a fail to me. Anastasia liquid liner to try to do a little wing up to that glitter. And if this would have came out what I had in my mind, it would have been awesome. But it certainly didn't at the end of the day. But I wanted to leave it in here so you guys could see that not everybody comes up with a perfect eye look, and it's okay. So, yeah. Um, the next two shades I liked much better. Getting my face all done. Bam. All products will be listed in the description box. I took the other side of the Melted Meadows shade, the Limelight, and I buffed that all down the lower lash line. I thought this was kind of cool. I might try to do a look with all the melted matte little thingies that I have. Then picking up some more of that yellow shimmer. I stamped that right on top of that just because I like a glitter moment under my lower lash line. If you've been here a while, you know that. Then with that Sigma E33 and that darkest green in the right bottom corner, I just kind of buffed along the bottom edge of that. And yeah, like I said, if that top line would have been a little better, I would have liked it. Anyway, I took the middle shimmer shade and put that in the inner corner and the brow bone. Then I took Fully Nude from Jeffree Star Cosmetics for the lips. And I ended up going with Crest from ColourPop for the waterline. I wanted to bring out the yellow on the bottom a little more. And I thought this did a nice job of doing that. Then I took from Glamlight Cosmetics Burger Lash Collection, the double cheeseburger lashes, and my Fenty Full Frontal Mascara, which I absolutely have been loving using every day. And bam! I like these lashes. I like, if I can recommend anything from Glamlight, it's the lashes for sure. I can't recommend the palette because if it comes broken, they don't do much for you. So, but I love their lashes. They're my favorite lashes. And I would thumbs down this look, but that's just me. So, moving on to the next look, we'll get on to number 2. And using that same ColourPop concealer for my eyes, which I'm getting rid of because, yeah, as you can see, I'm pretty sure it's expired because it was a lot whiter than this when I first got it. BH Pro number 5 into that minty shade again. On this day, I was going to feel out a little halo eye situation, so that's where my thoughts were when I started this look. Morphe M506 into that top right shade. It's a bit of a greener mint, and I thought that might contrast really nicely. So I put that on the inner and outer portions of this eye look and fluffed it through the crease. And then with my Sigma E33, I went in with that bottom right and darkest mint shade just to add a little more dimension, which I thought it did quite nicely. This is probably my favorite look in this whole video, but I mean, look number 3 was pretty stunning too. Then I went back with that Morphe brush and just buffed it out, making sure it wasn't too harsh. And I took my NYX glitter primer in the center open portion of this eye look for the same reason. And then I tried a shader brush in these Super Shock type shadowy formula, and I thought this actually applied it really, really good. I'm still learning how to apply shadows like this, but this is definitely one of the best ways. Then, of course, I took my Luxie 245, and in the center, I put that middle shimmer shade, and I thought this look came out really good. On the inner and outer portion, I put the shade from the middle row all the way to the right. Anyway, going back and forth till you get it how you like it, and then I took that Sigma brush with that darkest green just to make sure everything was buffed and blended. Using my Anastasia liner again because I like to keep it simple. I didn't do a wing. I just kind of did the line to make the lashes stand out. And I really, really, really love this look so much. I even went with a light lash that day. So, which you'll see. And when you clean it up and get a makeup miracle, it looks really pretty, I think. My lips are a combination of fully nude, and I added a liner. It's from the Ulta Beauty Gel Lip Liner. It's called Rose. Then I took a flat brush and that darkest green and kind of stamped it really close to my lower lash line. Morphe M506 into that greenish mint shade in the top right, just to buff that out and make it match the top a little. I really enjoyed doing these looks. Then with my lavish pencil brush, I went into that shimmery swirl shade on the left middle and stamped that on top of where I put that darkest green. Just kind of keeping it in the center as much as possible to match the top. But very, very beautiful. Then the Smashbox eyeliner in Fishnet, I put in my waterline. Oh, I'm sorry. This was Roseland's from Melt. My bad. And Inky Minky Lashes in the style Daddy's Girl and that Fenty mascara. Like I said, I really wanted the eye look to show. That's the Wet n Wild Bretman Rock setting spray to set everything down. And I added a little Fenty gloss to this look just to add a little sparkle. I was feeling this eye look, so I wanted to be sparkly. And voila, bangs are down. Then I used the center shade from the palette, the shimmer shade in the middle, center row, and did my inner corner and brow bone. Thought it came out so, so pretty. I was so happy with this. And just slightly feathered it up into the look. And that's look number 2 and probably my favorite look. What do you guys think? And let's get on to look number 3. Number 3, of course, ColourPop Concealer. Like all week that I used, well, the 3 days that I wore these looks, this one was really pretty too. This is the one I wore in the intro and the outro. I took that Morphe brush and put that all in my crease and outer V situation. I wanted to do a soft look because I thought, you know what, people might really be interested in this palette, but worried they can't just use it for a quick everyday eye look, and I think you can, in my opinion. I think this look is stunning. Random Wish Out brush and my NYX glitter primer. I wanted to make sure everything stayed very, very nice and vibrant, and yeah. Then with my BH Festival brush, I dipped into that middle row all the way to the right. Like, I guess it's like a champagne shade, but oh my god, look, just, I love this shade, absolutely. And I still like the application with the other brush that I used in look number 2 much better. Flipping that brush over and taking the shimmer right beside that in the middle row and feathering that in the front. This looks like it would be just a regular champagne shade, but it shifts to green and it's just so pretty. But you could just put that middle row all the way to the right shade all the way across the lid and it would have been just as pretty in my opinion. But I wanted a little something something extra, so I did add that even though it had that duochrome to green. I thought it was beautiful myself personally. And did my wing with my Anastasia liner once again. I wasn't thrilled with my wings this day, but I'm working on doing them without the tape so I can get better at it. But you know how that goes. Trying to clean up how I messed it up. And then we'll get the face done. And bam, face is done. Again, all products are listed in the description. This day I used Jeffree Star Mannequin with my Makeup Revolution or Revolution Makeup R291 liner. And I just took that shade from the bottom left row and buffed that all along my lower lash line. So, so beautiful on its own. And then I just used a random angled brush into that shimmer shade that we put on the top, the middle, all the way to the right. I wish these shades had names, but because I'm terrible at describing color. Here we are, though. Then I just take that same brush and dip into that center shade and put it just on the front portion, matching the top. Like I said, me personally, I like a shimmer moment on the bottom, but you could have just buffed that matte shade and been done with it if that's not your vibe. And then I took the Sigma E42 again and buffed it all out, making sure we were looking as seamless as possible. And then with my BH number 10, I took from the top middle that yellowy green shimmer and popped that on my inner corner. So pretty. Really brightens up the eyes. And then I just popped a little on the brow bone. Just with whatever was left on the brush. And then from the Glam Light Taco Lash, I used El Pastor, I believe it's called, with the Fenty Mascara. Really like these lashes too. I mean, Glam Light just nails it with their lashes. But now's when I use the Smashbox fishnet liner because I wanted to show you it could be a little bit of a sexy kind of look too. And I can actually tight line my upper waterline with this and it does not get on my contacts, so that's a good thing. And yeah, bottom lashes with that Fenty mascara. And this is look number 3. Oh, that's the Watermelon Glow Settings Mist. I love that too. I might have to repurchase that. But yeah, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know which one was your favorite. And do you have this palette? And what kind of looks have you came up with? Because I thought the second and third look were stunning. And you could do a similar look to this with the greens, I think, and be quite beautiful. But yeah. I'd love to know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments and which one was your favorite. So lots of love and have a great one, guys. Alright guys, so that wraps up my 3 looks 1 palette with the Huda Beauty Pastel Mint palette. Let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite. I want to say number 2 was my favorite, but this one is a close second. Number 1 was just a total fail. Sorry about that. But I wanted to show you guys that you can make mistakes and it'd still be fun. I had fun trying to create it. Obviously I failed. But yeah, I mean, I really, really do like this palette. Once I figured out how to work with it, I think my ColourPop white concealer is actually, as you can hear, Thomas is awake. I think my ColourPop white concealer is expired, so that will be going in the trash after this, and I will just use my Anastasia one. But one thing I wanted to mention about this shade here, and this shade, and this shade, if you look at them, they are exactly like a Super Shock shadow to me, and or highlighter. Any of the ColourPop Super Shock formulas. Okay, he's gonna fuss a little because he's jealous, but yeah, they're so much like the Super Shock shadow, Super Shock formulas from ColourPop that I had a little trouble figuring out the best way to use them, if that makes any sense. And this shade here by itself is stunning. As I showed, I wanted to do this eye look today to see if this actually showed up at all, which it did. It actually looks beautiful on its own, but if you remember in the first look, I was going for this color on the outer part, and I was going to fade into the green, but it didn't work because on top of the green it just doesn't show up and it looks muddy. So don't expect to mix those together in that fashion. I don't know how other people would get it to work without cheating and using a filter. I don't use filters here. I never use filters. I won't use filters even if I ever got a camera that, you know, had awesome filters. Hold that thought. As far as the first look goes, when I tried to use the matte and metal melted shadow from Huda Beauty, this one is Limelight and Gold Chain. I think if I would have used a tinier brush like my little Suva brush, I think that look actually, I would have probably ended up liking that look. So I don't want to harp on these too much. It was me that ruined the look, not that melted matte shadow. But that being said, I'm sorry, I'm sweating. I'm trying to play with him in between trying to do this exit, and it's not working because he's so jealous. Hold that thought one more time. These two here are much more like a regular shimmery, glittery type situation. I was really surprised at how peachy this looks in the pan and how green it comes out on the eye. And of course I'm losing the sun behind a cloud. But yeah, all in all, I don't have a 100% on this. I maybe give it a 7 out of 10, I guess. Because like I said, this peachish, pinkish color, to me it doesn't mix well with the greens, and I don't use filters, so I wouldn't fake it if I could. I wouldn't fake it if I could. That being said, if you like this palette and you can live without mixing those two, or maybe you could figure out how, maybe it's the operator and not the palette. Anyway, then go ahead and pick it up, because I would say I'll use it. I'm getting better at the Super Shock situation anyway. Anyway, if you have any more questions, please put them in the description box. I don't want him to annoy you too bad. So if you made it this far in my video, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate you. If you think some of your friends might be interested, feel free to share this video with your friends. Look me up on Instagram. I'm T.Beauty everywhere. And that all being said, I hope you're having a wonderful night or day whenever time you're watching this video. I hope you'll consider liking it and subscribing to my channel if you're new. If you're not new, I hope you'll like it anyway. And anyhow, I hope Thomas isn't bothering you too bad. He's learned that if he cries like this, it will really put a damper in my filming. That's why I try to film before he's awake. But sometimes that doesn't work out so well. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day. I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you're as excited as I am for the country starting to open back up so we can get back to being together. We were not meant to be apart. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and we will see you on the next Teresa Tries Tutorials. Bye, guys!